Hello there, my name is Samuel Morton. I'm a Forex and futures trader. This is the first of a group of videos that will be covering the basics of technical analysis. I thank you in advance for viewing these videos and I'm excited to do them. A good place to start is to answer the question, what is technical analysis? Well, technical analysis is a methodology of studying or analysing historic price data to speculate or forecast where future price is going to be and to hopefully profit from that forecast that we make. So what does that study or analysis entail? It entails studying market direction, such as price moving up, price moving down or to the side, and the behaviour of price when it moves up, down or to the side. It also entails patterns left in the market by price, and I'll give more detail on these patterns as these videos go on. Technical analysis also covers studying price indicators that we would put on our graph, and hopefully all these terms are not confusing you. They'll make sense as we go through these videos. We'll explain them all clearly as the videos go on. Apart from patterns, behaviour and indicators, another aspect of technical analysis is areas of support and resistance in the market, and once again we'll go through that as we get to it in these videos. So first of all, I have a chart in front of me. Please don't be confused by these bars that are on the graph. There'll be a video shortly that will explain these graphs. In this first video, I purely want to just focus on the direction of price and the behaviour of price as it moves in a particular direction. So that's what we're going to look at in this first video. So like I said, this is a graph in front of me. This is a currency pair, and it's the British pound against the US dollar. So the GBP against the USD. Now, what are the directions that price could move in financial markets? Well, there's three. There's up, price could move down, and price can also move to the side, like so. So one of these three. Now, it's not as simple as when price moves up, it just goes straight up like this. When price moves down, it doesn't go straight down like this, and when price moves to the side, it very rarely just plods to the side like so. There is behaviour. Price behaves a certain way when it's moving in one of these directions. We're going to start off with number one, price moving up. We'll then look at the behaviour of price when it moves down, and the behaviour of price when it moves to the side. So when price moves up in financial markets, we would refer to this as an uptrend. And like I said, price doesn't just zoom up in that direction. The way price moves in a trend is we have a wave motion or a step in motion, and price will move something similar to this. We'll have price move up, it will then come back down slightly before moving back up again, come back down slightly, move back up again, come back down slightly, and this sort of price behaviour just continues. Now, the reason why this is called waves or steps in the market is quite clearly, you're getting these waves or stairs in price as it moves in an upwards direction. So in front of me, I have my chart of the pound against the US dollar. We're looking at the end of May, so the date is at the top here. So if we start at the 28th of May and we're looking to mid-June, about the 16th of June, so we can see from the end of May price was down here. By mid-June price was up here. So price has been in an upwards direction and has uptrended. Now let's see if we can identify this waving or stepping motion in the market. You can see there's just not a straight line of price. It's not just zooming up like so, but there's this clear behavior in the market. So if we go back to our stepping motion or waving motion, you'll see that price moves up, comes back down slightly, moves up again, comes back down, moves up again, comes back down, moves up again, comes back down, and then moves up again. And this is where we were looking mid-June, and this is where we started near the end of May. So we have this stepping motion or waving motion. Now there are some trading terms that we would use when talking about an uptrend. When I said price moves up and then comes down a little, when price pushes in the direction of the trend, so this is an uptrend, when it's pushing up we would call that a push in the market, and when price comes back down we would call that a pullback in the market. So price pushes and it pulls back, it pushes, it pulls back, it pushes, pulls back and pushes. And once again we're in mid-June. A characteristic of an uptrend is what we would call the highs and lows of a trend. The high being the level where price stopped pushing and then pulled back. So just here, just here, here, and so on. And let's mark them on our chart. So price pushes and then pulls back. So when price changes from a push to a pullback, that's our high. A push and a pullback, there's our high. A push, a pullback, there's our high. A push, price then pulls back, and there's our high. As well as highs, we have lows of a trend. The lows being when a pullback ends and the push starts. So a low here, a low here, a low here, and a low here. And we can draw them on our chart. Pushes, pulls back, we go for the other push. So here's our low, pushes, pulls back, here's our low, pushes, pulls back, here's our low, pushes, pulls back, and price pushes again, so there's our low. Now the major characteristic of an uptrend is every time we create a high and low of a trend, they're higher. So an uptrend should have higher highs and higher lows. So each time high is created, it's higher than the high previous. So this high is higher than the high previous. This high was higher than this high previous. The high here is higher than this high previous. And the same with the lows. We have a low, we then have our second low, which is higher than our first. Our third low is higher than the second. Our fourth low is higher than the third. And that's the very basics of an uptrend. In the next video we'll look at the characteristics of a downtrend, or when price moves in a downwards direction, and we'll also look at the behaviour of price when it moves in a sideways direction. Thank you so much for watching, and please view the next video.